this is Miss Robinson. I'm really excited to get started with our first video for our flipped classroom model. And this video is more for the parents than it is for the children, just so you all know exactly what flipped classroom is and how we're going to be using it in the classroom. So a quick bullet point of what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about what is the flipped classroom, how will we be using it, how will this benefit your students, your children, and how will this benefit you? And the first thing we're going to get into is what is flipped classroom. We're going to backtrack a second and go back to what traditional classrooms looked like. And you and I are probably really familiar with this. When you go into the classroom, the teacher teaches you, then you practice, and then you take the leftover practice or a homework practice sheet home, and then you kind of stumble your way through it at home, try to figure it out, referring back to the textbook if you have one, and then you bring it back to school and you turn it in for a grade. The other aspect of the traditional classroom is that the teacher will be teaching one content at one select pace for all of the students. So just keeping that in mind, we're going to go ahead and move on to what flipped classrooms are. A flipped classroom is basically the traditional classroom model, but flipped. So instead of doing the whole group instruction during school hours, they're going to have a 5 to 7 minute video at home as their homework. Then when they come into the classroom, what would have been homework or what would have been practice that they may have needed at home, they will get that in the classroom instead. This way they're doing what is easy at home, which is me inputting information into your child's brain, essentially, and then they're doing the hard part at school where they're taking what they learned and they're trying to apply it to problem solve. And I will be there whenever they need help and to really differentiate within the classroom, whether they need that extra push to challenge them a little bit more, or maybe we have to go back and revisit some previous content, make sure that they have mastered that before we move on to the current content. So how will we be using this in the classroom? It sounds like a really great model, but we can't use it for all of the content area in the classroom because then your children would have a lot of homework at home. We really want to stick to just one video, a 5 to 8 minute video at home, and we're only going to be using this for the next math unit, which is about 6 weeks long. At the end of that unit, I will evaluate and determine whether or not we'll continue using this model throughout the rest of the school year, but at the moment it's just for this next unit. So how will this benefit your child? How will this benefit our students in the classroom? Whole group instruction in the classroom can last between 10 to 15 minutes and 20 minutes on a rough day. The 5 to 8 minute video at home really cuts that time out. So when they come into the classroom, that 10, 15, 20 minutes that would have been spent for whole group instruction is now spent for personalized individual and small group instruction, which means that each child will have more time to spend with the teacher every day practicing the content that they really need or reviewing content that needs to be reviewed. It also plans for more time to differentiate within the classroom so that I can actually spend more time with each child, either challenging them further or, again, revisiting past content and making sure that it is mastered before they continue with the current content. How will this benefit you as the adult? I have heard so many parents say that their child will tell them that that's not how my teacher does it. With these videos, you'll know exactly what I do in the classroom. And it'll eliminate those conversations where the student or your child is questioning the method that you are teaching them. You will be knowledgeable of the content that we are teaching, which I send in the newsletters, but you will also know how I'm teaching it, which is not included in the newsletters. If you ever need to revisit content, you can always go back. All of these videos will be on YouTube, and you can go back, replay a video, pause the video, rewind it, fast forward, whatever you deem fit for your child. If you need to review anything, it'll always be there for you. So the first lesson your child will learn is how to take simple and accurate notes during the videos so that when they come into school the next day, they'll have their notes, which will be in a spiral notebook, just like Well, maybe not just like this one, but similar to this. So when they come into the classroom, they will have their collection of notes that they've taken for homework for however many days or weeks that are in their notebook. And they'll be able to refer to that as they go into their small group learning stations or even coming to me to work independently. This will be really beneficial for the kids to be able to glance back and make sure that they understand the content or raise any questions that they have that I may need to answer. Thank you guys so much, and I'm really excited to get started. Bye.